Welcome back to the It's Dumb Money channel, where we give you all the intel you need to establish relationships with the banks and grow your credit profile. Today, what we're going to be talking about and discussing is what looks to be some pretty sweeping reform happening on the front of student loans and just access to credit score and credit report information to the average consumer. Okay, there's multiple bills, acts on the table right now that will address certain things. So for example, there's the Comprehensive Consumer Credit Reporting Reform Act. I know that's a mouthful. The CCCRR. Essentially what this would do would create a private student loan rehabilitation program that would allow borrowers in default on their private student loans to restore their loans into good standing simply by making a series of on-time monthly payments. This is great. This is how people rebuild their credit all the time. This is what loan builder or credit builder accounts do. Private student loan lenders would then be required to remove all adverse credit reporting from the borrower's credit report following the successful completion of this payment sequence, whatever it is, right? Currently, student loan rehabilitation is only available for federal student loans. Private student loans effectively have no option to reverse or cure or handle a default in any sort of way. The act would also overhaul the credit dispute process for erroneous credit reporting and expand access to credit scores at no cost to the consumer. So they're looking to essentially federalize or nationalize credit reporting, which, it's not always great when the government steps in and takes more control. It's usually a bloated program. It's another agency that needs to be created. These things all cost money to the taxpayer. At the end of the day, though, I would say that out of all the things they're proposing, this is something that probably should have been created a long time ago. Keeping track of your credit score should be up there with, your rights to access the internet, your rights to drink water. What is that? A basic need, they call that? And it's because it revolves around so many things now, and it's so important to everyday life that you should have better access, right? So there's another act, which is the Protecting Your Credit Score Act. This would make it easier for people to monitor, address their credit scores, and it would essentially create an online portal where they could access not only their credit reports, but score information. This would also allow them to dispute inaccuracies right from within this portal and manage any sort of security freeze. I think that part would be great. I think the whole process to dispute inaccuracies on a credit report are just, it's so cumbersome now, and it's so like old school, you got to fax, you got to mail things in. I think to take that off of the private companies like TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, who are in, the making money business, they need to turn profit. The government doesn't necessarily need to turn a profit. So establishing at least some sort of option at the national level for people, I think is in general a good idea. The National Credit Reporting Agency Act would create a new public credit reporting agency under the umbrella of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB, a federal agency whose mission is to protect consumers from predatory financial institutions. So again, it looks like we're moving towards another agency to be set up. Again, I don't know if that's good or bad, just gonna add more red tape, or if it's gonna actually be benefit. I think it'll probably be a little bit of both. If we look at just in general, the what happens with student loans, they're very predatory, and they don't really provide the best solution that they could provide. I mean, we're talking about education, we're talking about your future, we're talking about your life. The way that a lot of these loans are structured and the default programming is structured is it benefits the institution, the agency, the private company more than it benefits the person. And that playing field needs to be more leveled. So hopefully this is a step in the right direction for that. That's all I got for you in this quick little news report. If you like this sort of thing, you want to expand your knowledge about credit and how to improve your score, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like this video if you like it, share it with some friends. It'll help us get up in algorithms, help us grow our community, and comment if you got something to say below. Be on the lookout, more videos coming soon.